Hi everyone. When I go shopping, quite often I'm looking for the newest stock or the latest addition to the range, something I haven't seen before. Newer can mean updated, it can mean more efficient, it can mean the latest fashion. But if we apply that same logic when we go shopping for a Greyhound, this attitude can mean that dogs who've been at the kennels longer get overlooked. So why do some dogs become long stayers at the kennels? Personally, I think there is an ideal window of opportunity for a dog to find a home. They arrive at the charity, they're assessed, they're neutered, they're socialised, they're advertised online, maybe shared on social media, and that may generate interest in homing that dog. But I've noticed that if they don't then get snapped up in the next couple of months, they seem to slide into some sort of rehoming obscurity. And I've never really figured out quite why. Is it that people keep scanning the website looking for the latest editions that might be suitable for them because they think the ones already there are not? Do the new dogs get more publicity from the charity? Or do people see that the dogs have been there for longer and wonder, is there a problem? Is there a reason? Why has no one picked that dog already? And it can be an assumption that the longer stayers have some sort of issue, some problem that makes them more likely to struggle in a home. But that is not necessarily the case. Some dogs are delayed in being advertised for homing just because they've had a medical issue, such as the need for dental work, and that has taken some time to resolve before they can be advertised. And it doesn't really make them any less suitable as a pet. It just means they had something else that had to be dealt with first. Perhaps they arrived at a time when homings were slow. For example, at the moment, there's not so much interest in homing a dog, but there are dogs out there being returned because people can't manage financially or otherwise. So perhaps they just arrived at the kennels at a bad time for getting a home. Sometimes spending a bit longer in kennels can actually be a good thing. If a dog is home very quickly after they arrive, the charity has less chance of assessing them to find out what might be the best home for that dog. They have less opportunity to socialise them, and they have less time for the dog to recover from the changes they've already gone through before they have to cope with the changes associated with moving home again. So if you just imagine if a dog is home quickly, what can be happening to them in a very short space of time, in perhaps just a few weeks. First of all, they've come into the rehoming charity from a kennels, so they've already got a different environment, different people, other dogs, and sometimes other breeds to cope with straight away. They've probably had an anaesthetic to neuter them, so they've had to go through that, and for the case of the girls, that is quite major surgery. They're going to start to experience all sorts of new things that they won't have experienced in their life, so lots to cope with there. And then when they move into a new home, it all gets even worse. More changes, more new people, more new environments, new schedule. Perhaps there are no dogs at all now and they've never been in that situation before. So that is a huge amount of change in a short space of time for that dog to cope with. And it's not surprising that some of them don't cope very well when they're homed very quickly. So spending a little bit more time in kennels can actually spread out those experiences and give them time to process the changes and start to acclimatise a little bit more, rather than everything happening in such a small time frame. So if you're looking for a dog to adopt, ask to see the ones that have been there the longest. They're usually just as lovable as the ones that have only just arrived. But what they do really need is someone to give them a chance. That's all for today. We'll be back again soon with more videos for you. Bye for now. Look out for new videos every Monday, and why not subscribe so you don't miss out?